Welcome back, sugar. I'm Glenda, and today we're going on a journey together. But first, if you would tap that like button, it's totally free and it helps me more than you know. And if you'd also subscribe and join our front porch family, I'd just love that. All right, thank you, darling. Well, we're going on a journey today to manifest in big, bold, life-changing amounts of money, and not just dreaming about it, but learning how to call it in, visualize it, and build it step by sweet step. So whether you're looking to pay off every bill you got, start your own business, or simply feel safe and free when you look at your bank account, this one's for you. And I'll be right here with you the whole way. Stay with me till the very end, because I've got a little secret visualization at the end that folks say has brought in miracle money, sometimes overnight. Let's prepare your mind to receive wealth. Now, first things first, we gotta prepare your soil before you plant your seeds. And that means clearing out those old dusty beliefs like money is bad, or I'll always struggle, or I'm always poor, or I'll never get to have that vehicle, or I'll never be able to own a home. Notice your money story. This is very important. I strongly believe in this. Think back to what you grew up hearing about money. Did you hear things like money doesn't grow on trees, or we can't afford that? Those words stick in your mind like gum on a shoe, and they actually, if you heard that and believe it, you will live that way. Like it'll actually happen. You won't be able to have money and you won't be able to afford things. But we're going to rewrite your story. We're going to start saying things like, I am open to wealth. It is safe for me to receive big money. Money loves to be with me, and I treat it with care. And let me tell you, there are things that I say now all the time, and I believe them, and they work for me. I say things like, we always have money. Like I say that to people. I never am like, oh, we can't go there, we can't afford it. No, I say instead, I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna go there. We're gonna go on this vacation, or we're gonna own this house. We're gonna be able to get that car. We just gotta believe it, see it, feel it, think it, live it. Now, one of the processes that you need to do is release shame and guilt, especially about money. Ain't nothing noble about staying broke. Oh man, I lived this for a long time. I grew up, when I was younger, my parents were, I'd say, middle class. They weren't wealthy, but they weren't poor. They were in the middle, and my dad was the main breadwinner. And he made a good amount of money, and we always lived in nice homes and all that. Well, when I moved out of my parents' house, I took with myself the beliefs that I grew up with them, and that was, we can't afford this, we can't get that. It was always like, you have to shop at thrift stores, which, by the way, I still love shopping at, so I mean there is nothing wrong with that. But I still took that with me of, that's all I can afford, that's all I can do. And I moved out of the house poor, no job. I got pregnant 2 weeks after moving out. So smart. I was just a brilliant child. And I got married to a very abusive person. We lived in poverty. We were on food stamps, which thank God we had food stamps. We were on, I would have to go to churches to get food so we could survive the week because we had no money. And I really lived like it was like that. Like I was the noble thing to do to stay poor. And I really believed that that was fine. And for some, I guess it's fine, but you don't have to do that. Like, it is okay. I finally learned it's okay to have money. You know, that guilt that I carried with myself, or that guilt that you might carry with yourself about having more money, that being wealthy is a negative thing, that you don't need it. You're allowed to want nice things. You're allowed to be generous. You're allowed to live in comfort. That is not greed. That is growth. That is normal life. You wouldn't walk into somebody's house that you love and they're living comfortably and very well off and go, oh, they're just greedy. No, instead you look at them and you're like, how did you get here? How did this happen? And it just happened. They believed it would happen and it happened. So release that guilt. Release it. It's okay to want good things. Now here's a step-by-step manifestation process. First, I want you to set a specific goal. Write down the exact amount of money you'd like to manifest. And I promise you this works. I promise you this works. Oh, I need to tell the story of, I did a 30-day manifestation list. Oh my gosh. One of the things I'll tell you, I won't go into a long story, but one of the things that I wrote down, let me tell you something. I wrote a long manifestation list. Every single thing on that list came true within that month. I swear to God, it did. But one of the most powerful things that happened in that list was I wrote down that I think that I wanted $20,000 by the end of the month. And I did not believe that was going to happen. I'm just going to be honest. What I did, I still put that energy in. I still was very grateful for it and grateful for what I had. And I still wrote it down and believed, even though in the back of my head, I did not believe, because I just never had $20,000 come my way. By the end of the month, I swear, everything I love, $45,000 came to me out of the blue. I did not get anything. I did not do anything to get this money. I promise you this happened. My husband can come in and vouch and be like, yes, this happened. This is just one of the times that this has happened. But that actually happened, and it blew my mind. It was one of the experiences in my life that manifestation and affirmations, I realized they worked. So I want you to write down an amount, a believable but also not believable amount. What I mean by that is sometimes it's hard to believe that we can get $15,000. Let's just say that it would just come to us, $15,000 out of the blue. That's hard to think, but it's harder to believe that $30,000 could be in your bank account. But it's easier to think, $15,000 sounds not believable, but at the same time, I can see it might happen. I don't know how, but it could happen. But a lot of times we're like, well, I just believe $500 will come my way. But if that is all you need, and if that's a good enough amount of money for you to believe that'll come to you, write that down. But I encourage you to go a little above it, because you never know. Write it like it's already yours. That's very, very important. Don't be shy, be bold. What you would write down is like something like, I now receive $50,000 to launch my dream. Or, I have $10,000 saved and growing. Or, I earn $5,000 a month easily and joyfully. Or you would say something like, I am so grateful for this $20,000 in my bank account. It has blessed me so much, and it has allowed me to bless others. All right, next step. You need to do this. It's very important. Visualize daily. Let me tell you, this is a very powerful video. As I am recording this and reading my notes, I am realizing this is probably the most powerful video, and one that actually will do the most, I call it magic in your life, because these steps I have seen actually work in my life. Visualize daily what you have written down. Close your eyes every morning or night and see yourself living in that reality. Smell the fresh air outside, your dream home. Feel the leather of that new car. Taste the food on your paid-for vacation. What is it? Opulence. Just breathe in that opulence. But just feel, even if it's just, I just want all my bills to be paid, and for me to have extra on top of that. If that's all it is, visualize it, feel it, believe it. See how you'll feel. That's so important. Wvisualizing, you've got to feel it. Don't just like, I'm just seeing, I see myself walking to the bank and I'm taking some money out. Woohoo. No, you've got to feel. Look at your face as you're holding that money, as you're pulling out the amount, as you're paying for things, as you're putting money in a safe and you're saving. Feel how that feels and how good it feels to feel safe and secure, because safety and security is so important. It really is. But again, like I said, don't just see it, feel it. That's what makes the magic work. Emotions are the gasoline for your manifestation engine. I promise you this works. All right, next step is to speak your wealth into existence. Use affirmations that feel true in your heart and repeat them all throughout the day. I am a magnet for money. My bank accounts are overflowing. I have plenty of manifestation, affirmation, money affirmation videos. I actually have a whole playlist full of them. They're powerful. They work. I promise you. And they say things like, the universe always sends me more than enough. Saying them like you mean it, darling. Saying them in the shower, driving to work, or stirring your sweet tea. Let me tell you something. It works. This is something I did. Now it doesn't really have anything to do with money, but yet it costs money to get it, so I guess it does. But here's another story I have about something that I manifested. And it sounds silly. To me, as I'm saying it, in my head, it sounds silly, but it was so powerful to me. For all my life, I either had a twin-size bed, a full-size bed, or a queen-size bed. And I always wanted a king-size bed, but never, for some reason, my brain was like, oh, that's opulence. That's too expensive for you to get. And I just was like, I'll never have that. That's just, I don't know why I thought that. Because it's not that much more money than a queen size bed. So I don't know. But anyways, one day I woke up and was like, that's silly. I want this. I want a king size bed. And you know what I would do? Every day I would get up and I would give my queen size bed a big hug. I know this sounds so silly, but you'll see what happens. I would get up and I'd give it a big hug and I'd be like, I am so grateful for this king size bed that I've got. It is so comfortable and it's exactly what I wanted. I am so, so thankful. In a week, I had a king size bed. I swear to you, a king size bed in a week. And I had been wanting one for years. So, how did it happen? My husband just walked up and goes, let's go get one. I mean, hey, it was a miracle for me. All right, and then one of the last steps for this is inspired action. Now, let me be clear. You gotta meet the universe halfway. Look for opportunities. Send that email. Open the account. Try that new idea. Follow the nudges. Let me tell you something. All right, here's what I could have done. Let's say with that king size bed. I did I'm grateful for it and did all that. And yet, if my husband was to come to me and say, I wanted, or, hey, I'm sorry, gibbering, but he's like, hey, let's go get a king size bed. And I say to him, no, the universe is going to bring us a king size bed. And even though he's like, I have the money right now, let's go get a king size bed. We're going to go do it. And I stop him. No, this opportunity that you're laying out before me, no, I'm going to wait for the universe to miraculously bring it. Well, there was your miracle. My miracle was my husband saying, let's go get a king size bed. Okay. You see, stuff like that. Like you gotta, it might not come across as a miracle. It might literally come across as practical or duh. Of course, you got the money, go get it. But just don't take it as that. Take it as, this is my miracle. This is my opportunity. Go for it. Even a little action opens the floodgates. Wealth ain't just wishing. It's wishing plus walking. Now, we're going to create a wealthy lifestyle. I want you to be the person who has it already. This is powerful. Do you remember what I said about the bed? That I would get up in the morning, I'd give it a hug and be like, thank you so much that I have this king size bed. I love it so much. I pretended that I already had a king size bed. And then I, in a week, got a king size bed. You have to dress like you love yourself and like you've got what you want. You've got to speak like someone who knows their worth. You got to walk into a room like the doors were built just for you. If that car isn't working, you not only visualize that it's working, but you act like it's already working. Because most likely it's going to be fixed very soon. You go out to that car and you give it a hug and you go, oh, I'm so grateful for this car that has no problems. It is so healthy of a car. I am so proud of it. I know it sounds silly, and you don't have to do this in front of people because that can be embarrassing. But you can do it secretly, but it's the emotion, it's the feeling you're putting out that is that's where the magic is. It's that feeling that comes out of your chest that, I'm about to make magic here. And you create it. You become wealthy in your mind first. And then the world around you rises up to match it. I promise this works. I believe this with my whole heart. All right, the next thing you should do is track and celebrate every penny. Treat every dollar, every penny, every nickel, every quarter, all that stuff. I'm not skipping the dimes either. You be grateful for those with gratitude. Whether it's $1 or $1,000, bless it, thank it, and expect more to come. That's how you build a friendship with money. Let me tell you, this is not my only job. I am also an appliance technician. You would never think it, would you? No, but I mainly work on dryers. These dryers, they have change in them because a lot of people will put their change in their pockets, and whenever they throw their laundry in the dryer, that change gets lost, and I eventually, become ownership of those coins because they end up at the bottom of the dryer. Well, there's times where I'm cleaning out dryers and there's a penny, and I'm like, I could just vacuum up this penny. It's just a worthless penny. And one day I actually stopped myself and I was like, that is showing how I'm not even grateful for the small things. And I really need to be thankful and grateful and cherish even the smallest of things. So that penny and all the change from then on, I would be like, thank you for this money. Whether it goes in my pocket or somebody else's pocket, I am grateful for it because it is a blessing. It is more than what I had. That's what matters. And that's how you build a friendship with money. You got to look at it and be like, I'm so grateful. I even do that with bills. My husband once was acting very ungrateful for our bills, which I 100% get. Bills, they suck. But he was saying how he hates the electric bill. He hates our internet bill. He hates, our house payment and this and that. And I was like, you have the wrong attitude. Now, of course, he wasn't happy with me saying that because I'm criticizing him. So I was like, wait, hold on a second. We got to think of this different. We live in a house that we're grateful for. This house, of course, costs money. So I am grateful that I have a bill for my house because it means I have a house. That electric bill, I'm grateful for because that means I have electricity that I love very much. Because the power went out the other day and I realized real fast how much I loved that electricity. So the bill I will pay. So like I said, make friendship with money and the things that you do pay for, that car payment, the house payment, and so on and so forth. And the last step of this is give even while growing. Just even if it's not money you're giving, if it's actions or a kind word or, like I said, just like it's something you're doing. Sometimes it can be money. But when you give from a place of abundance, even just $1, you're telling the universe, I'm already rich. And the universe loves to agree with you. Now, I have been to churches that have said, give $100 and $1,000 will come back to you. And that never happened to me. And nothing, I would give what they would say, and they said, that it would come back tenfold. And it never did. And I believed it wholeheartedly. This is different. This is, you are showing the universe that not only have you given me enough, you've given me more than enough, and I'm grateful for that, and I'm giving because I want this to be a continuation. I want you to continue to give so I can give. I'm always going to be in abundance. I'm always going to have more than enough. All right? Now, this is something that's your secret money miracle visualization. I want you to do this with me, all right? All right, this is something you can do by yourself. You can even write down something that you would love to visualize, but we're going to practice together. And this can be your visualization, or this can be a visualization exercise. But do this along with me, all right? Close your eyes, if you can, and imagine a glowing golden light pouring into your chest. And feel it. That's really important. Into your hands, I want you to see this golden light pouring in. Feel it. Pouring into your heart. It's warm, tingly, it's peaceful, and it's filled with wealth. You feel safe. You feel taken care of. You open your mailbox, and there's just, of course, a check for $10,000. Of course there is. Of course. You open your phone, a surprise deposit. Well, of course there is. Because that's your life. This happens. You receive abundance. You smile because you knew it was coming. Now I want you to repeat after me softly. I am ready. I am open. I receive now. Now I want you to take a deep breath in. Let it soak in. That money is already on its way to you, darling. Feel it. Believe it. And live like it. Now you've just planted a powerful seed today. Every thought, every word, every little action, it's all adding up. Keep tending to it with belief, and you'll see it sprout in ways you never imagined. And let me tell you something too. There are going to be people that don't believe you. They're going to think you're crazy. I still have people, even after all the things that have gone on in my life, I have plenty of stories of manifestations that have just worked in my life, affirmations that have worked in my life. And people still doubt me. And I'm like, it's so easy. This is so easy. But if this video touched your heart, send it to someone you love. And come back anytime you need a little boost of hope or a nudge to keep going. Like I said, I have a whole money manifestation playlist that's just for you. If you just want to listen and just fill your soul up and surround yourself with manifestations of money. All right, you guys. Till next time, take care of your sweet self. You're worth more than gold, baby. And that gold, it's already on its way to you. I'll see you next time.